Black women must focus on success. And when they focus on success, they don't have the luxury of thinking about having kids until it's too late. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. And I wanted to talk about a conversation think piece with you all. Something that I watched, briefly with Carlos King and Claudia Jordan and one other guest. And they were talking about a woman on a show that had tried to get pregnant with her partner. However, and she was going through all these IVF treatments, however, missed her window of opportunity to have children with her partner. And, one of the guests brought up an important think piece that I think is something that I talk about with Black women all the time who are my patients. And that was like, mm, thinking about what if down the road? What if I want to have children down the road? Am I preparing myself for that now? And a lot of Black women, and I'll put myself in this, so this isn't a judgment or anything like this for you all. But a lot of Black women, which Claudia Jordan brought this up, is we don't have the benefit of thinking about all of that and planning all of that if there's a lot of weight that we have to carry on our shoulders in terms of being independent, supporting ourselves, supporting others, and things like that, because no one else is going to do it. And when we're young and we're healthy, we think about, okay, we're going to be young and we're healthy for forever. But that's not necessarily the case. And so, unfortunately, though we're not thinking about that back in our 20s and maybe even early 30s, we're thinking about grinding and getting this paper. And maybe we'll have children when we get ready. But if we're young and healthy, then we'll be young and healthy. At least that's the thinking that a lot of us have, and then we miss our window of opportunity to have children. And so now, you're in your 40s and your 50s, and you maybe have met your person that you want to be with. But unfortunately, you didn't freeze your eggs, or you didn't prepare when you had the time, when your body was vibrant and fertile and all of those things. And so there's a lot of regret around, like, damn, I spent a large portion of energy, trying to be successful, grinding, working, getting paper, supporting me, myself, Peter, Paul, John, Becky, whatever, right? And did all the things that you're supposed to do. And now when you're in a place, when you're in a position financially to have your dreams, unfortunately, that door has closed for you. And so there can be a lot of regret, for Black women who are successful, and they may ignore, certain advice, thinking that I don't have anything to worry about. I take care of myself. And one of the things that I talk to women about a lot is how, dream timelines can be very different. Because a lot of women feel like, oh, if I'm not having a child at 30, then I won't have one, later on. And the reality is, you never know what you may want when you get older, when you get with someone that matches your energy and is everything you dreamed of and more. That could have you wanting to do things that you never thought that you would do. And unfortunately, if you've spent years not having that, you don't think about the what ifs or the possibilities. And this is just a gentle reminder to encourage women to think about what ifs, think about all the possibilities, even if not right now, for today. Don't close your mind to the possibility of dreams happening, to you having your perfect support system, to you having your prince or princess or whatever it is that you want for yourself. And this is for people who want it. So this is not for anybody who wants to be celibate and locked away in a tower and never meet anybody. And I think it's important to point that out, because sometimes those people who have that will flood the comments. I'm talking about people that are open to it. You may feel discouraged right now, or you may be focused on other things right now. Is to, one, make space for your dream timeline to be different. So things may happen out of order, or things may happen at a later date than you expect them to be. I think a good example of this is Ebony Wilson, beautiful, Black, successful attorney. And she chose to have her child on her own. And she has, lots of people that are helping her, but she's not allowing the fact that she doesn't have a partner right now to stop her from her dream. And there's a lot of people that kind of, no, I don't want to have my baby like that and all this other kind of stuff. But I think it's a wonderful reminder that, like, nothing is going to stop her from having her dream. And I think a lot of women can learn from that, like, because a lot of us wait, or we spend time with too many of the wrong people, but we wait for things to look exactly how we imagined for it to look when we were a little girl, that we are quick to dismiss. You can have it now, but it might look a little bit different, or things can happen out of order. It doesn't make you any less than. It doesn't change. It doesn't necessarily change what may or may not happen on your journey, but you have to be open enough to allow yourself to have an experience in a different and unique way. And things can be just as beautiful if you allow that to be. So a lot of people are critical, or if it doesn't happen in the way that they want it to, they're quick to just throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, you know what, I'm not open to it. But times are changing. Modern medicine is changing. Bodies change, and dreams can be accomplished in ways that are different than what you thought that they would be. Just be open to that and plan for your futures. Plan for your what ifs, because you never know, when that window of opportunity will close, and you deserve, and I believe that, women, beautiful, successful women, they deserve happiness, regardless of how it comes. If you've worked this hard, you put yourself through things, you built all of these businesses, or, gone to work, and you're now in this high powered executive position. I believe that you deserve to have that too. And stop giving a damn about what it looks like to the general public. Stop giving a damn if your mama and them don't approve of it. They're not in your shoes. And if you want something, why would this not having a beautiful trajectory, or this type of journey that you imagined it to have, why would you let that stop you from having all that your heart desires? So just a thought. I'm going to put that out there, and I'm going to leave that for you guys. But I thought this is such a powerful message, and it's, you deserve all the things. So I hope that helps. You guys take care.